you doing? You are now in tune into the vault, powered by MarKi Pharms Clothing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Salute to the vault, my subscribers. I'm here with my beautiful wife, the other half of the vault, and we're thinking of a name for what we're going to call this segment, so you can get in the comments. And the best name, we'll send you a MarKi Pharms clothing product. So get in the comments and come up with a name for this segment. But this is my wife, and she can tell you who she is, and I have a couple of questions for her. So without further ado, Kiana McIntosh Pharms.
What's up, y'all? I am honored to be here with you all. I am certainly behind the scenes supporting my husband with his fabulous display of vintage go-go at its best. And then the other things that he does, all in an essence to uplift his community in so many different ways. So I'm very proud of him for that. But a little bit about me. I am just an ordinary person, you know. I, like many of you, have seen my fair share of trials and tribulations, and I've also had opportunities to conquer and triumph. And so, you know, I've learned over my 49, almost 50 years that everyone has a story to tell. And I mean everyone. I've likewise learned that, you know, it's important for individuals not to judge you by the chapter that they walk in on. And so, you know, what I have come to be, you know, I've learned through that journey that, you know, what my purpose is, and that is certainly to uplift. I am not one of those individuals who places a lot of judgment. I have had the blessing of getting some, or earning quite a bit of credentials, not justify who I am. With those credentials, I have been able to provide individuals with, you know, active listening, mentorship, and even coaching. So that is what I've come to know and learn about me. You know, I could go deeper, but, you know, we'll allow, once you come up with a name for this segment, we will allow opportunities for individuals to ask questions, and I'm happy to share some more details about my story. But I'm a regular Joe, right? Or Jane, however you want to phrase it. And my husband and I share the same passion in regards to uplifting our community. We both think that it's important to share some of the circumstances. We are lifelong learners, and by being that way, you are open to understanding that it's important to evaluate. That would mean, for me personally, looking in the mirror on a regular basis and holding myself accountable for the things that need to change, and, you know, celebrating the things that don't. And so I'm looking forward to having some dialogue with y'all, and hopefully, you know, it impacts on many different levels. But, you know, let's get it. Let's get it, babe. I am a mother, a wife, a daughter, a family member, and an awesome friend to those who have earned any of those titles. And so I'm looking forward to it. Let's get it.
Right back at you with my wife, Mrs. Kiana Pharms. And I have a question for my wife from for a woman's perspective. From a woman's point of view, how can women enact change in our community?
So, for me, first, I think it's important to share my philosophy, and that philosophy is be the example that you wish to see. And so, in order to enact change, people have to see what they want to be, right? And if they don't have the appropriate examples, then it's going to be hard to aspire to be that, right? If a child only has negative influences, then the likelihood of that child taking on negative actions when they become of age to make some of their own decisions is higher than someone who was surrounded by positive circumstances. I also think that it's important to women to not have to feel like they have all of the answers, right? Just because you've lived a certain amount of time and you have the blessing of bringing children into the world does not necessarily mean that you are supposed to be know-all, right? It's okay not to be okay. It's okay for mothers, females to seek guidance from other mothers and females. It's okay for mothers and females to seek guidance from men that they trust, who have earned a spot to provide some constructive criticism.
I like that.
Because it's good. Personally, I feel like it's good to get insight from both ends of the spectrum. It's okay to even share with your children that you don't have all of the answers, and that in some cases y'all are learning together. In my opinion, that brings about character that I think that we have lost out here. So my overall answer would be my philosophy, and that is be the example that you wish to see.
I appreciate that. That was a beautiful answer. So we're going to conclude this episode of the No Name section of the vault. And this is where we're going to talk, have conversations on a variety of topics. And, maybe this can help someone, because these are our mantras. Be the example you wish to see, and each one teach one. So, we're grandparents now, so we have wisdom and game to offer to people who need the OG in their life, who's not trying to judge you, who just here to give you some game for you could pass it on, just like we trying to do. So with that, we bid you peace and be safe out there. Okay, ladies, it's time for you to get in the comments and start the conversation. The question is, how can women enact change in our community? And you know the vault is brought to you by MarKi Pharms Clothing. Check us out on Facebook.